Yo, what up YouTube? It's Ra. Let me holler at you real quick. It's very important that you know who your friends are and who your foes are, and that you're able to differentiate the two. A lot of people try to evade the enemy out of fear. They're afraid of being battle tested. They're afraid of confrontation. They're afraid of what will happen when they're met with the enemy face to face. But understand this, just because you're not paying close enough attention to the enemy doesn't mean the enemy isn't paying attention to you, and they are studying you and learning your weaknesses. So when it's time to battle, they will be able to take you down because you're not studying, you're not practicing, you're not getting battle ready for when it's time to fight the enemy. So understand that it's important that you know where your friends are at and where your foes are at all time. So you know when times is rough and you need someone to back you up, you got your friends with you. And when the foes come, which hopefully they don't, hopefully it never comes to that point. Hopefully a battle never has to happen. But if it does, you'll be ready. Because like I said, just because you're not paying attention and you doing the right thing doesn't mean other people will. A lot of people believe that if they do the right thing and they do good, that good things will happen. But that is also true. But remember, in the world full of evil, there is people that have bad intentions. And those foes that you have, that you might even know their whereabouts are at or know what they intentions are, they have evil intentions of doing harm to you. And they look for people like you to hurt. They're not looking for people like them to hurt. They group up with them. You know, you become the company you keep, and they move in packs. And they're looking for people with good intentions, people full of bliss, people full of love, people with good spirits like they move in packs like vultures to gnaw at your spirit and take the meat off the bone until there's nothing left and you're left with nothing. So remember, a lot of people have a out of sight, out of mind mentality. With the enemy, you can't do that. With your foes, you can't do that. That's not the thing that you could just put in a box and leave it there and think it will never come out. If it comes to the point you have to fight your enemy, you have to fight till you can't stand no more. You have to go to the very end, final battle. You got to keep going. And in order to do that, you got to be battle tested. You got to be trained. You got to be focused. You got to be motivated. You got to be ready. Like I said, nobody wants this to happen. Obviously, you don't want it to come to that point. But it's sometimes life moves in a way where it ain't about where we want. The waves crash and it rocks the boat, and we might get knocked off a course. And that's not what we wanted. But that's not something that we can control. So remember that you control you. So you need to know where your friends is at. You need to know where your foes is at. So if it comes to a point where your back is against the wall, you got backup. And when the foes come, you've been training. So yeah, you know, think of it this way. You might have a security system. You might have a firearm. Hopefully you never have to use that firearm, but why'd you get that firearm? To protect against intruders, so you protect your family, protect your children, protect your spouse, protect your friends. Now, hopefully it never comes to the point where you have to use it. Hopefully it can stay in the box and you never have to go in the safe and get it. But it's better to have it than to not have it, right? Think of the saying, better safe than sorry. There's a reason why people say that. We got car insurance for that reason. Not only is it the law, but if an accident does happen, hopefully it don't. You got your insurance, that'll cover it. We got health care. You know, maybe you get sick, maybe you need a treatment, maybe you need a surgery. Hopefully that don't happen. Hopefully you stay healthy to the very end. But things do happen that are out of our control. The waves crash the boat. So you need to know where your friends is at. You need to know where your foes is at, because they studying you. You chilling, having a good time, but they studying you. They know where you going, where your favorite spots is at. They are prepared when it's time to move in. And they might move and you not even gonna know what hit you, because they've been getting ready, prepared to make an attack. But if you stay prepared and have your security system up, they won't, once they come in, the first time they come to attack will be the last time, because you was 2 steps ahead before they even made the first move. So remember, it's important that you know where your friends is at and you know where your foes is at. Because like I said, just because you ain't paying attention doesn't mean that they not. Just because you doing the right thing doesn't mean that they are. A lot of people got evil intentions, but that's not your burden to bear. But it is on you to be prepared. But hey, it's Ra. Like, comment, subscribe, like if you're new. We growing family. I love you, family. Woo woo. And you got this, homie. It's already yours.